And I previously reviewed the Rydeen dashcam that is able to record in 360-degree view video, and those come in two flavors, the Tombo X and the 360 View. If you want to see the reviews for each one of those dashcams, I'll place a link in the description to those videos. However, since those videos have come out, Rydeen has introduced 4 packages for you to choose from, and on this video I'm going to explain those for you. That way you can make the right decision if you're considering upgrading to an LCD mirror dashcam with 360 video recording capability. And Rydeen has created a nice little comparison chart which we're going to use on this video to help you decide which is the right dashcam for you. On the far left we have the Tombo 360X, which is a Rydeen main product, their flagship dashcam. On the far right, we have the 360 View mirror dashcam, which is their entry-level model. Now, the two new offerings are the 360 View-SPL and the 360 View-K. Now, both of those are not new products. All they are the standard 360 View dashcam with additional components. So you can get the Tombo 360X and buy everything in one package, or you can select for the 360 View dashcam in one of 3 flavors. Just the standard 360 View, the SPL, or the View-K. But let's look into each one of the packages a little bit more closer to see what the actual differences are. And starting with the Tombo 360X, this dashcam has all the bells and whistles. We got the 360-degree video, we got parking monitoring, GPS, and more. Now, what sets the Tombo 360X apart from the 360 View are 3 main features, and those are, first, the ability to back up the videos to an external solid-state drive. So you can potentially back up to 2 terabytes of videos to this external solid-state drive. And the second feature exclusive to the Tombo 360X is the proximity sensor for parking mode. The parking mode on these dashcams supports G sensor, which means that if somebody were to impact the car, the dashcam is gonna fire up and record that incident for you. However, on the Tombo 360X, in addition to having that G sensor, the proximity sensor is also able to detect when there is proximity or movement to the vehicle. So this is where not an impact has happened. This is just perhaps somebody passing by the proximity sensor that will trigger the dashcam to record a parking monitoring event. And the third feature exclusive to the Tombo 360X is the support for blind spot detection. Now, this is a separate system that Rydeen sells, and they sell them in a couple different styles. So if you are looking to eventually add blind spot detection to your vehicle, that can be integrated with the 360X because of its built-in indicators, both on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side of the mirror. That way you don't end up with a blind spot system independent somewhere on your dash and then your mirror dashcam. You can have it all in one package, again exclusive to the Tombo 360X. But besides those 3 unique features, the Tombo 360X package is also gonna give you everything you need in one box. So we're gonna get the hardwire kit. We're also gonna get a direct mount kit for those looking to mount the dashcam directly to the car's windshield without the straps, which provides you with a more OEM clean look. Additionally, the Tombo 360X includes a rear camera, which is waterproof, so it could be mounted outside of the vehicle. That way we have the 360-degree video, but also rear camera coverage. And while it is great that we get all these components in a single box, it also means that the Tombo 360X is gonna be the most labor intensive in terms of how much work is needed to install it on the vehicle, because there are more parts and components to install. And it is important to point out that the Tombo 360X must be hardwired to the vehicle with the included hardwire kit, so you cannot run it off a cigarette lighter adapter. Again, this will add to the complexity of the installation process. Moving over to the far right, we have the 360 View, which is gonna include the same 360 video recording capability as the Tombo 360X. However, this package is a lot more affordable. There are less components that we have to worry about installing. So let's look at that a little bit closer. The 360 View includes Just 3 components: the main dashcam, which can be mounted on the mirror using the included straps, the GPS antenna, so we have record of our coordinates and speed, and a cigarette lighter adapter. That way we can plug this in our vehicle and we are good to go. And later on you can add additional things to it, such as the direct mount fit kit in case you wanted to eliminate the straps. You can also potentially add later the hardwire kit for it if you wanted to eliminate the cigarette lighter adapter plug. And you can also add later on a rear camera. Again, just remember that this allows you to spread out the cost and also spread out the installation over a longer period of time, as opposed to having it to install it all at once, where that would be the case on the 360X. So I would say go for the 360 View if you don't need the proximity sensor for parking monitoring, because the 360 View already has a G sensor for parking monitoring. So if somebody impacts your vehicle and the dashcam is hardwired, there will be a record of it without the proximity sensor. I would also say go for the 360 View if you don't need to back up terabytes and terabytes of video, which can potentially be many days, many weeks, a long time. It is very likely that if you get into a car crash, you're probably gonna download the video right away into your computer. You're not gonna wait months before you're trying to retrieve that video. So most people don't really have the need to back up that many hours or that much time in terms of video, especially because the dashcam already supports fairly large memory cards, up to 256 gigabytes of space. And finally, if you don't have plans to add the blind spot detection system in the future, then go for the 360 View. There is no point paying for the Tombo 360X blind spot support if you don't plan to use it. But now let's look at the 2 brand new packages, which are the 360 View-SPL and the 360 View-K. And we'll start with the K because that is the next incremental level after 360 View. What the package K includes? It includes a rear camera, and that is as simple as it gets. So now the installation process got a little bit more complex because now we have the mirror that has to be installed, then we have power to the cigarette lighter adapter, then we have the GPS antenna, and now I have to run an extension towards the rear of the vehicle for the rear camera. But again, we have added an extra channel to the dash cam for additional coverage. So I would say go for the 360 View-K. If you already know that you want the rear camera, you can potentially save money by buying this package together as opposed to buying the rear camera separate later. And the other advantage of the 360 View-K is that it can also still be upgraded later down the road with the hardwire kit or with the direct mount kit. Moving over to the 360 View-SPL, this package takes the 360 View as close as possible to the Tombo 360X. We get the mirror dashcam with the 360-degree recording capability, but we also get the rear camera, and we also get the direct mount kit, and we also get the hardwire kit up front in one package. So this is a good package to consider if you don't need the proximity sensor, if you don't need the blind spot monitoring system, if you don't need the backup ability to solid state drive, but you want everything else that the Tombo 360X includes, which is a complete package with all the gadgets such as the rear camera and also parking monitoring with the included hardwire kit. And you may have also noticed that the chart has also been divided into Pro Install and Do-It-Yourself solution. So if you look to the far right, the 360 View is gonna be the easiest out of all the packages to install because again, it includes the least amount of components and the least amount of cables we have to worry about routing. After that, the 360 View-K, because it includes the rear camera, the difficulty level goes up a little. Next up in terms of difficulty is the 360 View-SPL, because now we have to install the rear camera, but also we have the direct mount kit that allows us to eliminate the straps, and we also have a hardwire kit to install. And that is why the 360 View-SPL is on the same bucket as the 360X in terms of professional installation is recommended. And finally, let's consider cost, especially if you have a set budget for your dashcam system. If you were to imagine dollar signs on this chart, you will have the least amount of dollar signs on the 360 View package. And you will have the most amount of dollar signs on the Tombo 360X, again because you get all the bells and whistles. So now that you understand the differences between the packages and also the differences between cost, all you have to do is ask yourself, what features do I want and what is my budget? Those two main deciding factors are gonna narrow down the choices for you so you can select between the Tombo 360X, the SPL, the K, or the 360 View. And if for some reason you're still undecided as far as which package you want, I say start with the 360 View because that gets you foot in the door and you can always upgrade it later. Again, with that hardwire kit, it could be upgraded with the rear camera, it could be upgraded with the direct mount kit. Consider the other two packages, the SPL or the K, if you want to have any of those add-ons up front. And finally, if budget is not a constraint and you're gonna have this dashcam professionally installed, consider the Tombo 360X. Those advanced features of proximity sensor, blind spot support, and solid state drive, whether you may need them or not need them, it's gonna be nice to have them, again, if you have unlimited budget and you wanna have all the bells and whistles in your mirror dashcam. So remember, I put links in the description down below to the Rydeen dashcams in case you want to get one for yourself, along with a discount coupon to save a little money when ordering one of these units. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments down below. If you found any part of this video helpful, hit the like button to support this channel and stay tuned as I have a lot more mirror dashcam reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.